my son a new dirt bike. Christy wants a dirt bike. I think Christy wants to sell the dirt bike for money.
Christy came over to the house. She blocked our truck in to the driveway and called Mike demanding that he bring down the dirt bike and load it into the back of her truck. The sheriffs came. The sheriffs said that they couldn't force Mike to give her the bike. It's super embarrassing that Christy shows up to our house over a bike. We live in a nice neighborhood and our neighbors are now wondering, like, why are the cops there all the time?
Well, Mike says that on August 19th, after Christy allegedly called the police over 20 times, the courts changed the original custody agreement to ensure his...
She's come after me on an old child support case. She's claiming I owe her $139,000. I don't feel like I owe Christy any child support. Financially, he's lived with me 100% of the time.
Now he's playing the part that I moved, and I'm not a good mom.
Christy is controlling. I feel like it's a huge thing of not having the say-so in everything that's happening in her son's life. It seems like she's out to get me 24/7.
I'm not playing, you're an evil person.
Yep.
Christy, don't text me again until you have it modified by the court, which can be done retroactively, because that was evil and toxic. Our son knows you wanted to abort him. I said no. You have had 9 abortions already. Sick, very sick. Get off the drugs. Your son isn't happy or feeling safe, and you can use all of these text messages in court, assuming that the child was going to live with her, but in fact the child lived with you.
Yeah.
But right now you do owe that, and you could go to jail for not paying it.
Yeah.
And you guys just ignore what the court says and interpret these agreements the way you want to, as though there's not something written down. And there is. What I am a little flabbergasted at is that both of you have so that you say, no, we don't have any agenda competing with the best interest of our son. This likes parents that also barred her son from seeing his grandparents. Why is all of that involved? I'll tell you after the break. Closed caption.
I called the police to do a welfare check. When I didn't hear from my son for a week, I sent my son 19 text messages and phone calls.
She sent the sheriffs to Mike's son's football practice, embarrassing him in front of all his friends.
My son said, Dad, the sheriffs are at my school because I didn't call my mother back.
The sheriff called me and told me my son was okay and that Mike and I needed to figure it out because at this point, we're both losing.
I said you are both cavalier about the custody agreement and court orders here, and you're going to court tomorrow, right?
We are.
I'm not a lawyer, but I am trained as a forensic psychologist. You two don't want to get anywhere near that courthouse. Neither one of you do, because let me tell you, when you invite the government into your family, that's a wild card.
Yes.
I think you're better off to try to find some common ground peacefully to work this out, because one or both of you could get really shocked here. And like, you misinterpret these agreements. In December of 2005, you had your original agreement, okay? And in your original agreement, it said there's going to be joint legal and joint physical custody. It says the mother shall have all non-designated time with the child except as outlined below.